What up, gang? What's up? What's up? What's up? Back with another episode of the Whistle Gang podcast. And this one happens to be a special one. Obviously, I'm joined with the lovely Sophie. What's up, girl?
Hello, how are you?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good considering some things.
Just considering some things?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, obviously you've been here before, so you are not new to the show, but for people who don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Sophie. I am or am the 2024 49ers fan of the year. I am a big Niner fan, obviously. I haven't missed a game in three
There we
seasons
go.
now.
3 seasons now?
Yeah, so hopefully this is season number 4. We'll see. I'm saying that I'm gonna miss 2 games this season, but we'll see how that goes once the time actually comes down to it.
You gonna miss 2 games this year? I don't believe it.
Well, I told myself that I wouldn't go back to Tampa again, and I already went to Cleveland, so we'll see though. We'll see.
But I'm sure you've already been to LA, you've been to Arizona, you've been to Seattle.
Well, yeah, but
So what's
that's
the
neither here
difference?
nor there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the main
Okay.
thing about me.
Okay, so you are diehard. I also saw you this year at Fan Fest and training camp and everything like that as well.
Yeah, so anything that, I live in LA, but it's a quick flight up to the Bay, so anything that they have available for us to actually participate in, I'm there.
Gotcha. Okay. So with that being said, you have obviously been to the preseason games as well.
I did.
And you hold up. So you go to all the preseason games as well?
Yeah, because football's back. So I know that it doesn't count, but football is back. So why wouldn't I be there?
This is preseason.
And football is back. It's in the air. You wake up, you smell it, you see it.
Okay. I hear you. All right. So obviously tonight we are coming together. So what was that? Last Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah, this past Saturday when we played against the
Yeah.
Chargers, right? Yeah.
Correct. So we played our last preseason game against the Chargers to end the year. And for everybody who doesn't know or who can't or doesn't remember, obviously we have a controversial kicker. Can I call him that? What should I call him?
I think controversial works.
Okay, or unwanted kicker that nobody wants except for a few people. Either or whatever the case may be. But he came out, and he missed. We scored a touchdown. And he mixed the extra point.
Yeah.
The week before, though, he made 6 field goals, 5 or 6 field goals, and actually won us the preseason game in Oakland. So everybody thought he was come out confidence booster. He'd be hot, ready to go. First kick at home in the next preseason game, he misses the kick. Boom.
He does. And people thought that he made it. People were cheering at first. And then I was like, I looked because it was right in front of me. It was in my end zone. And I was like, yeah, he didn't make that one. But once they realized he didn't make it, oh, they were upset.
Man. So once that happened, some things started happening, some boos and chants and stuff like that started happening. Yeah, then he came out, he did make a kick later on, and then after that, he kicked the ball right out of bounds. I wasn't there. So obviously, I don't really watch the preseason. Obviously, I watch the highlights. I'm more into the practices, the joint practices, because those mean more. The starters are in those. The starters are involved in those. I can't do the preseason, especially that Chargers game. Oh my gosh, it was like the first 4 possessions with punts. Like I was watching then. I'm like, oh, this is pathetic. I can't do it. I'd
Every
rather
time.
watch high school football. So I turned it off. Obviously, I live on the East Coast. You're on the West Coast, especially at the game. So 3-hour time difference. I wake up at typically like 4 a.m. every day. And I woke up to text messages from you a little upset and saying that you wanted to get on, you wanted to talk to some people. So let's talk about it. What upset you?
So just to back it up a little bit, so when we were in Vegas, when Moody went to, I want to say it was early on, so I don't think he had missed anything yet, but there was booze going on. So I had recorded it and I had posted a video and I was like, I wonder if those are 49er fans or Raider fans that are booing for him. Just
Mhm.
kind of like making a joke out of it, because honestly, like, who knows, right? Could have been our people, but it's also the Raiders. Could have been their fans. Fast forward to our game against the Chargers. He missed the extra point, right? And then the next time that he went up for, I think it might have been a field goal, the crowd was booing. And we're playing against the Chargers. So there's 20 Charger fans there. It's all 49er fans. A text message just because I couldn't believe that our own people in technically his stadium, because he's the guy that's on the team, are booing this man.
Straight
What are we
booing.
doing?
I don't know. What do you think it is? I've been screaming for since the camp and everything started that I think some of it is on us now at this point because of stuff like that. Like he's hearing the boos, he's seeing the people being upset. I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, I am not on the same level as you are on Moody. I do agree that this man needs work. Maybe we do need somebody else, but he's our kicker right now. So for
Correct.
him to go up there and he's about to attempt a field goal and our people are booing him, shame on y'all. Faithful. That's what we're called, right? Faithful.
Correct.
It wasn't giving that on Saturday. And that's upsetting. That is upsetting because he's our guy still.
So that's kind of my stance too, is that he's a 49er, so I'm gonna support him until he's not. That's literally my stance.
Well, you were saying that he was good. You were saying he was good. It
I
wasn't
think he does have some talent. He does. He has some talent, but his confidence is shot.
it's bad.
But a lot of it, I think, has to do with us at this point. Like you're saying, like if he's going out there for a kick and we are already booing him before kicking the kick or turning our faces or putting our hands like this, I mean, I'm sure they tell him to block all it out as a professional athlete.
But be real.
But as a human, you're seeing that and you're looking, and it's like, I believe in positive vibes. And if you give off the negative energy, that's what you're gonna get. And it feels like he can feel the negative energy that's going towards him, and these are the results that we are getting.
Yeah, it's definitely not helping. Like at minimum, just don't boo. I mean, and I don't feel like that's hard. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Shameful.
I don't know. Listen, I am from New York, Bronx. They have the bleacher creatures, and they always say, what I mean, that's a hard place to play in New York because of stuff like that. People they constantly booing players who come in there, players who play for them, and all kind of stuff like that. So, do you think he needs us to be tougher mentally?
Think this man's gonna need therapy once he's done with us. Like, if he might need therapy right now. It's definitely part mental. I don't think it's fully has to do with his capabilities. I do think a major part of it right now is probably like him being in his head. If you see videos of him, granted, like, okay, maybe you're not just always smiling, but he's walking around looking always sad. It's not good. It's not good.
How did he look in camp? Like, did you see him like walking around? Did he have any involvement with the players or anything like that? I mean, with the fans?
I mean, I
Did he
I
sign
didn't
autographs or anything? Or
I didn't
nobody
see
wanted it?
him signing autographs like when I was there, but I did see this one video of this lady that she had posted on TikTok, and he was signing autographs that day. And she's recording herself with him in the background. And she was like, in Spanish, not in English, but she's like, this is the reason why I can't sleep at night, or something like that. And I was like, that's so sad. This man doesn't even understand what you're saying. And you're just talking mess right in his face.
Yeah.
Again, I understand the frustrations. I've seen every field goal and extra point that he's missed live. I get it. I understand. But to boo him, I was recording it and I was like, these people are gonna make me have to defend him. Now I have to defend Jake Moody because y'all are acting out.
Let's defend them. So we're live right now on Instagram, and shout out to Clay. He's saying we don't want no weak-minded players on the team. Can you agree with that?
I mean, sure, we don't want any weak-minded people or players on the team, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say to that one.
I think like when people live in the past, which I hate living in the past, but like when you take like a kicker like Robbie Gold, he was a killer. Like you would be at the games, which I'm sure you were at the games. He'd come out there and warm up with the cheerleaders and stuff out there. Like the halftime show could still be going on. Like I remember Boys the Men or somebody was singing, and he was out there kicking the field goals, like in the middle of their performance. Like he didn't even care. Like I'm getting my warm ups in. It is what it is. Move out the way.
Absolutely. I think it was in the NFC, not the championship game, the divisional round. I think when we played against Green Bay, and he came out when it was snowing and he was practicing while like the cheerleaders were performing or something, and like that made that video circulated, and it was like, well, this is actually just what Robbie does. Welcome to the Gold Show.
Correct. Correct. So
We're spoiled.
do you think he needs to get some killer instance like that or just make the damn kicks?
Just make the damn kicks, please. Please, Moody, please. I be out there like, please make it, Moody. Please make it. Like, I'm not booing, I'm out there praying. So maybe that's what we do need to do. Everybody, close your eyes, bow your heads, and say a little prayer. Say a little prayer.
I say let's cheer for him when he comes out of Seattle. I mean, obviously it's gonna be in Seattle, so it's gonna be drowned it out. But man, I'm gonna be cheering for him. Like, let's go, let's make the kick. And to everybody out there, shit, I hope it comes down. I hope it's a 2021 game and 3 seconds left, and he has to make the field goal to win the game.
Hold on now, Brad. Whoa, whoa, please.
What's wrong with that?
No, I mean, it sounds beautiful, right? It
So
sounds
he can shut
beautiful.
everybody up.
Would it though? Would it? I don't think
For
it
a
would.
week, it would.
It just makes people happy in the moment. I don't know.
I would be happy either way. So what's your message to the fans, I guess? What's the overall message to the fans about Moody and about just the team in general?
I think the overall message for me when it comes to Moody is just don't boo this man. Feel however you feel about him, and it's valid, right? Because he's shown us he is the reason why we feel the way we do about him. That's fair. But to sit there and boo, it's just a disgrace. Like, we are called the faithful. So to show up and boo for your own kicker, that's not what it's giving. It's not giving faithful. So please keep your boos to yourself. Boo when you get to the house and rewatch the game. Okay? Please, please.
Have faith in him.
Yes. Well, yeah. Have faith. Just
All right.
period.
All right, cool. So, with all that being said, let's move on to the team, the overall team. How are you feeling about the team this year? Obviously, you've been to a lot of the practices, the camp, the preseason games. Shit, you probably could break the team down way better than I can. What's your thoughts, your feeling on the team? We can start with offense, you can start with defense, overall. Go ahead.
Nervous, right? Because of all the injuries. So I feel like
Mhm.
that's just like a given. Luckily, it seems like we're kind of they're injuries, but it's nothing that's like long term, right? Nothing season ending from like our main guys that have been hurt. Like Pooney not being a major injury. When I saw that man limping into the locker in Vegas, I was like, oh God, no. Please no. Please no. But I think I'm kind of more nervous about like what the offense is gonna do. Like
Mhm.
our depth at wide receiver isn't looking good. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know how the people that were excited about Debo being traded away feel now. But
I don't think that's gonna be an issue. At least, I mean, Debo not being there is gonna be an issue.
okay, okay, fair, fair. But yeah, that's the only one that I'm kind of really not really nervous about, but I'm keeping an eye on that one. Like our
Just
depth is
the wide receiver room.
let's go through it. Who's there? So we have Pearsall.
Yup.
Jawan's not practicing.
He gotta get paid.
DeMarcus is suspended for the first 3 games.
Yup.
BA doesn't come back until maybe week 6. Hopeful
Yeah.
it's week 6.
Hopefully.
Howing is injured again and always.
Correct.
Who else we got? Talk to me. Talk to me, Brad. Sky
My
Moore.
gosh. So
Sky. I was ready to send him back to Kansas City after he after last week, but it was premature, so I reeled back those emotions. And but yeah, I'm worried about that position.
So I actually take the opposite with this wide receiver room. Obviously, week one it sounds scary. Probably week 1 through 3, maybe a little bit. But when everybody's in that room and healthy, I actually like it. I like obviously B. I'm a huge BA fan. So you have BA, you have Jawan, and you have I call him Slick Rick. So you have Slick Rick, and then you got Demarcus Robinson, and that's all you need right there. You got to remember, shit, Kittle kind of counts as a wide receiver, even though he's on the tight end. And then you got CMC with now Brian Robinson. They'll be able to put Brian Robinson in the backfield and literally line CMC out as a wide receiver, which I'm sure they're going to do a lot week 1, 2, and 3 probably,
I'd love to see
and
that.
probably throughout the season. So yeah, the actual like guys who have the WR next to their name are probably not the best and the most exciting guys to line up out there. I mean, I think we'll be fine because obviously Kyle is very creative, and I think we'll be fine. As you know from being at camp, Kittle have is having a huge camp.
Looks good.
Yeah, and from CMC looks like CMC, and Slick Rick has been having a huge camp. So yeah, like we don't have 4 or 5 like top notch receivers and all that stuff like that, but with Slick Rick on one side and Kittle in the middle and CMC in the backfield to get through Seattle and New Orleans, I think it's gonna be fine. And then I think when we get to week 3, then obviously week 4 is gonna be a battle against the Cardinals and the Rams.
Yeah, but I mean, you said the main thing, right? When healthy.
Yeah, yeah, win healthy, win healthy, win
I
healthy.
need to see it. I need to
Yeah,
see it. I need to see it before I can get down with that right there.
correct. And hopefully too, every time my phone go ding, it's Adam Schefter thing, and I got my Twitter going nuts and stuff like that. I'm hoping it's a Jawan. Okay, Jawan is signed because I don't think he's hurt. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Because they don't even show. He doesn't even come to anything. Like you don't see him at all. All the beat writers say because where you see all the other guys who are hurt, but you never see BA. So I mean not BA. I'm sorry, Jawan. So I don't think he's hurt. I think it's all about the money. He's not. So they need to just get him signed so he can get into practice. Obviously, we got 10 days after today, so really 9 because today's over, left before the game. I mean, he knows the offense. He hasn't been practicing. He'll get a full week of practice if we can make it happen this weekend, and we'd be good to go. So you got Jawan and Slick Rick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's really the injury. I mean, Lynch said what yesterday that two
He
things
said it's
can be true at
both.
once. Like he wants his money, but he's also hurt.
Yeah, but I also
But
think he's protecting him.
which makes sense, right? Like this is their livelihood. How do you feel about Kendrick Bourne coming for a visit?
So I like KB. That's my guy. He is the original third in Jawan. For everybody who doesn't know or remember, he was the original undrafted free agent uh, back in 17, like first Kyle and John's first year. He was the original block him into the whistle, the original guy fighting after the whistle, the energy guy, all of that. He was the original guy. Um, and then he left to go get his money, and that's my guy. But I think us as 49er fans, we live in the past so much. So I think I think for now he'll be okay to get through until BA comes back. But like we be having so much expectations of these guys who used to play for us. That's like Jeff Wilson. I kept saying Jeff Wilson would not make this team, and shout out to Hype Man and a few other people. I kept telling them, like, yo, they living in the past about Jeff Wilson. Like, Jeff Wilson is 29 years old, almost 30. And in football, as a running back, that's like 100 years old. Let's get the young rookie undrafted guys in here and you know what I mean? Yeah, but let's get more. There's 100 more of them out there. Because for us and Kyle Shanahan, it's the system. It don't be the running back. Now, a guy like CMC brings some extra stuff to it. But it'd be the system in the blocking scheme that gets the 1,000 yards and all that other stuff. So no matter who's back there running the ball, I think you'd be fine. So we live in the past too much. So as long as people are not expecting whatever they expected from KB, he did tear his ACL. He's coming off of that. But I think he obviously be a valuable pickup for us going into week 1, 2, 3. But I don't think he would probably finish the year with us or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, once we're healthy, it'll be those guys and Jordan Watkins and stuff like that. All those guys would be there. It'd be BA, it'd be Slick Rick, it'd be Juwan, it'd be DeMarcus. I don't even think Sky Moore would make it the whole season. But if he did, it'd be Sky Moore and then either Jordan Watkins or Cowan. I think Cowan comes back, they might probably release him or put him on IR to end his season. But yeah, you're only gonna carry 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie with the Jeff Wilson thing. I wanted Hefe at least on our practice squad. Like I know he's
See?
like,
See, you living in the past. For what?
but
Well,
it's
you
not
don't
just
need him.
me, and it's not just the faithful. Kyle loves to go back on the next player also. So it's not just our fan base.
Yeah,
Kyle will go back and pick up a player that used to play for him somewhere or is familiar with. So it ain't just us. That
that's
man
true.
is good for doing that.
That's true. That's true. What about on the defensive side? What's your thoughts on the defense?
I'm really excited to see Upton Stout play. Like I'm excited for him.
Came back to practice.
There's some things that I saw out of some players. Neil, I like Neil. Fred's gonna be Fred.
Right.
Fred's gonna be Fred. Who else? Nick gonna be Nick. Our safeties. Oh, who is the safety? Who's our Do we have a rookie
M
safety?
Marcus Siegel.
Siegel. I like him too. I feel good about the defense. With Fred leading the way, I feel good about the defense. And I'm a defense kind of girl, so I'm always gonna I'm always right there with our guys.
You don't think they're kinda young, too young or anything like that?
Absolutely. And it scares me too. But what else are we gonna do at this point? They're young. Please learn fast.
Yeah, they're young. They're super young. I mean, obviously, Michael got hurt, so he didn't get a preseason snap. CJ West did play the first preseason game, but then got hurt, so he hasn't played in a while. But they're both back at practice. Everybody's gearing up to play week one, but it does suck that they haven't gotten reps and game reps and stuff like that to get ready for week one. But I do think those two will both be impactful. Alfred Collins, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either, but hopeful.
Yeah. Cornerbacks, though, like you said, Stout's looking good. Obviously, you got Lenore, and then you got Ronaldo Green on the other side. So I like that. Safeties now, though, uh, they released Richie Grant today.
I saw that.
Yeah, so they released Richie Grant today. So that means they're gonna go with Jair Brown, who they supposedly was trying to trade. I don't know how true it is,
Yeah, I saw.
and probably Marcus Siegel.
That'll be interesting. That'll be
Yeah, it's
interesting.
pretty interesting. So the safeties kinda scare me, but if the corners could do what the corners do and Bosa and them could get to the quarterback, it's not gonna really matter that
Hold
much,
it
but
down in the trenches and hopefully everything else works out.
yeah, and hold it then Mustafa will be back, and then it'll probably be some type of combination of Mustafa and Siegel, as
When did
long
they
as
say
he's
that
right,
Malik is supposed to be back?
around the same time as BA week 6, if not a little bit before that,
Right.
if not a little bit before that. So, we'll see. So, what about record? What do you think our record's gonna be?
Man, when I say that I'm really just taking this season as like, I'm just here. Like, I'm just here so I won't get fined. I am just riding this wave. I know that I've seen a lot of people talking about, we're going to the Super Bowl because we have, listen,
What?
whoa, 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 pump those brakes. Just because we're supposed to have, or we have the quote unquote easiest schedule,
That don't mean shit.
these people are professionals. It don't matter if they're on a whack team. It don't matter what it says. When people come to play against the foreigners, you see the best versions of themselves because they want to beat us.
Correct.
So I'm just hoping we're not in last place.
Oh my gosh, we won't be in no last place, girl.
We were last season, Brad.
That's because
We
of the
were last
injuries.
season.
That's because
So
of the injuries.
when we were well, injuries are a thing right now too. When we were in New Orleans for Super Bowl, we took a division picture with all the other fan of the years in the NFC West. So they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
where should we go?" And they're like, "Oh, let's do it by division, by what order we were in." Out of all the years, here I am at the end. Man, I just don't want to be last.
We won't be last. I don't think me personally, I don't think we'll be first, but we will be doing our season preview episode this weekend. So make sure you tune in, look out for that. Where you hear my full thoughts on that. But I think long as Matthew Stafford is healthy, the Rams will probably win the division. Shit, the Rams I got really going to the Super Bowl as long as they're healthy.
I
If
hate to
he's
hear.
not healthy, that changes. But anyway, so you don't have a number?
Let's go 9 wins. Let's go 9 wins. That's a
9 wins is fair. People
six.
will kill you over that. So that's 9 and 8, but that's fair.
You want to be realistic. People be like, they be checking off, oh, that's an easy win. That's an easy win. All right, bro. We'll see. We'll see when it comes down to a Jake Moody field goal.
He gonna make that. He clutch. My boy clutch. Jake Moody clutch. Chill out. Jake Moody is clutch.
Whoa.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, so I'm gonna see you week one then
But yeah, I'll
in
be there.
Seattle.
Yep. Did you get your tickets already?
Nope.
So you're learning. You're learning. Wait.
No tickets yet. Just flight, hotel. I will be out there ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
I love Seattle. It's a beautiful city. I just like kicking their ass though.
I mean,
Any
that is
thoughts on the go ahead.
that's the best. Beating them in their house.
Any thoughts on the game one? What's the prediction for week one?
Well, I feel like it's gonna be a tough game. Like I think people think it's gonna be real easy, but I don't know. Their home opener, us, first official game where people are playing like together, getting these reps in, it can really go either way, but I don't see it as an easy win either. So we'll see.
Yeah, me either. I'm gonna break it down, but yeah, they will have a tough defense. They're a defensive coach, but I still do think Sam Darnold's ass. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't believe that he is the player that the people hyped him up to be last season. Like he had a lot of people over there, a lot of weapons, and they wasn't giving him the Brock Purdy treatment that they gave our guy when he had a bunch of weapons at his disposal. But whatever,
Correct.
we'll
Correct.
see.
Correct. All right. All right, cool. Well, this was wonderful. I enjoy having this conversation with you.
Yes,
We definitely got to get you back on during the season with the guys so you can chop it up. Maybe after we rattle off a few W's, have you back on to tell us what your thoughts are, what you're seeing out there on the road. But I'm sure I'll see you in a few cities.
yes.
Will not be in New Orleans, but obviously I'll see you in Seattle. I'll see you at the home opener. Yeah, all the other ones. But yeah. Anything
Alright.
else you got for the people? Anything else you want to say to the people? To the people? To the people?
NFL Fan of the Year contest has opened back up. So if
Okay.
you think you're the 49ers Fan of the Year, log on to NFL.com/NFL Fan of the Year and submit.
There you go. NFL.com/fan of the year. Enter if you think you are that dude or that chick to be the fan of the year. What is it? I know you told us about it last time. What is it? An essay or something you gotta write?
So it's like a short essay, maybe like 400 words
Oh,
max.
I would fail. Well, yeah, you got ChatGPT now.
Oh, well, that too. But also, no, you love football. It's so easy to get in there and just write why you love the 49ers. It would not be that hard. You would not fail it. I promise you. You
Okay,
might need more characters. You might.
okay. Say no more. I might need to go look at it and submit.
Why not?
Why not? Let's see. I'm gonna do it.
Why not you?
Why not me? Okay, here we go. Okay. What else you got for the faithful?
That's all I got. Just stop booing that man. Stop booing Jake Moody.
Stop booing Moody. And stop attacking me on social media for liking Moody.
No, but it's good for engagement. It's okay.
I know. I know. You know, before we get out of here, I'll be telling like the people who really know me, a lot of it's for that though. I'll just be half trolling.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. After one of the videos of you in the car, I was like, this gotta be doing numbers for engagement. It gotta be.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do what you gotta
I'm
do.
half trolling, half serious. But I will continue to support that man until he's no longer on the team. Simple as that. He's our kicker. I need him to make kicks so we can win games. Because if we lose games, it's not a good week. As you know, like those Sundays determine our mood for the week, especially on that Monday.
I
And I
gotta
want
fly home each and every
my
time. Where are
gosh.
my 40?
Oh my gosh, those flights
That
are
is,
so sad.
people be looking at you like,
Correct. Correct. Oh my gosh. I don't remember what game it was, but I got into it with a dude in the airport.
and you can't get banned or kicked out from an airport. You hear me? Like, that's the
No,
one place I'm not. You
I
got
know,
it.
right? I know, right? But yeah, I got into it with the dude at the airport over us losing the game. I don't know. I can't do it. But anyway, man, other than that, make sure you are subscribed to the Whistle Gang podcast on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Shout out to the Empire. We have a huge announcement coming. A huge, huge announcement coming. If you're following the Nana Empire page, you should see all of the posts about some huge news coming. So make sure you are tapped in and tuned in. You're checking us out. Subscribe to everything. Make sure you turn on post notifications on so that you see any and every time that we go live out here for the people. With all of that being said, shout out to my boy Monty. Shout out to my boy P who couldn't join us tonight. But we will see y'all this weekend with a season preview episode. That's going to shock a few people on our thoughts and opinions about where this team's going to finish at this year. So we appreciate you, Miss Sophie, for joining us. And we are out. Peace.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it. Thank you very much.